I mean, how would you describe your relationship with Steph?
It's great. Like, there's nobody, like, when I got hurt at the Connecticut game last year, like, I bawled in Steph's arms. Like, that's somebody I will ride for the rest of my life. I bawled in Steph's arms. Like, that's somebody I will ride for the rest of my life. Like, those are the moments that people behind, you know, people don't see that. People that just sit on their phones all day, they don't see those moments. They don't see the moments where we come into work. They don't see the moments that really absolutely suck, that people have your back, but they think they know everything. In reality, they don't have a clue. And it's old, but it's the reality in the life that I've lived for the past 5 years, and it's something I'm used to, but me and Steph both know what it is, and that's somebody who I will always ride for. And, you know, she had my back when really nobody else did, so that's somebody who I will always ride for. And, you know, she had my back when really nobody else did, so.
I think what happened in that moment is I was challenging a player. You know, it's coaching. It's what it is. I think what happened in that moment is I was challenging a player. You know, it's coaching. It's what it is. You know, I don't often think it becomes an issue if you're watching it in men's sports most of the time. You know, I don't often think it becomes an issue if you're watching it in men's sports most of the time. And my relationship with Caitlin is great. Like, I love Caitlin. I ride with her. Like, this is, we have a great relationship. And I think that the narrative of people trying to make it something that it's not is just, you know, taking sensationalism to try to get some clicks and all the other stuff. She wants to be coached. I want her to help me be a better coach. We're both competitive. We're both stubborn. You know, we're more alike than different. And you know, hopefully we continue to bring the best out of each other.
You saying you and Caitlin are more similar than different. How do you kind of bring out the best in each other then, because of that competitive fire, that drive, and, you know, ultimately the things that are better than not?
I think stretching each other, like challenging each other to think differently, challenging each other to see things differently. I think stretching each other, like challenging each other to think differently, challenging each other to see things differently. You know, holding each other accountable to not just settling for what we've always been. You know, I think we both have an intense competitive drive. I think we both have an intense desire to be the best that we can be. And we're both emotional. We're both emotional players. We're both emotional competitors. And we're both emotional. We're both emotional players. We're both emotional competitors. And you know, I think that all of that channeled in a positive way is really good.
As a competitor yourself, what's it like to see these moments play out so virally like that? And do you have to handle that, deteriorate all, did the moment die right then? How does that go for you?
As far as we were concerned, the moment died right then.
You just mentioned that she thinks she might have spent the most isolations in the league this year.
Yeah.
Do you think you need to get her either out of those, or if she's in as many as she is, what do you guys need to do better in those situations?
Well, she has had probably double of what the next person has had, but she's also done a decent job in terms of the numbers in those isolations. She has had probably double of what the next person has had, but she's also done a decent job in terms of the numbers in those isolations. I think it's magnified because it's happened right away, and it's happened so frequently early, and people are hunting it out. You know, in isolation in the middle of the floor is very difficult. You know, we've seen it in the NBA playoffs, right? We see it. That's what good teams do. They try to find a matchup that they like and try to attack it. That's what we try to do at times. You know, we've seen it in the NBA playoffs, right? We see it. That's what good teams do. They try to find a matchup that they like and try to attack it. That's what we try to do at times.
What's up, Fever Nation? I just got through listening to the media availability yesterday, where both Stephanie and Caitlin talked about how they ride for each other. Now, looking at this relationship from where it started in 2025, last year, how many games Caitlin played under Stephanie. I think she played most of the first season of the 44 games. I think she played in the majority of the game. I dare say 40, maybe give or take a few. And then last year, under Stephanie's first year, it's just the facts, Fever. I mean, just the facts, Fever Nation. Just the facts. She ironically plays 13 games. 13 games, Fever Nation. She starts out this season with the hope and a desire and a zeal to build on her career. Not just stats, but as a person, as a player in the W. Remember when she was first coming into the league, all of these former players or players who were getting ready to exit stage left was talking about the physicality of the W. Well, if you got through it and you played, 18 something, 20 years, what makes you think it can't happen for her? I'm not going to mention any players by name specifically. I just want you to think about the comments that were made, especially Gino Auriemma weighed in. He's going to always defend his girls. Hats off to Gino for sticking up for Big Blue. Hats off. That's their coach. He's their guy. He has put a lot of players in the W. I mean, you got to give props where they're due. And lately, South Carolina has started to contribute to that effort, not to the degree that Connecticut has, but definitely to an effort that is noticeable. So with that thought in mind, let's talk about this interview yesterday and what I heard. I wanted to give it a moment I wanted to digest everything I heard because I was listening to other content creators and their perspectives. And I respect everybody in this space, everyone's opinion. I respect, the work that they put into getting their content to where it is today. Okay, so I try not to piggyback, maybe on some little things, but not to the degree where it sounds like you listening to the same content. Okay, out of respect for them and for what I'm trying to build, I try to draw the line at some point. But if it's a hell of a point to make, that's something that they said, I probably will share that and give them the credit as well. Okay. What I saw yesterday, Fever Nation, was it looked like two people were pulled aside and asked to make this right. That's what it looked like. Two people were pulled aside. Now, I don't know who did the pulling, but the stakeholders, some stakeholder got a hold of somebody. I don't know if they were both given a script to read off of, to say it in this press conference, because this was the first press conference. This was the first media availability since that incident. Now, I'm trying to decide whether I should go back and listen to Snakeny and some of the comments she made. CC has always been CC, the consummate professional. CC has never went into the gutter on any issue, even in the face of a loss in a national title game. CC has never got in the gutter. Think about that now. Think about the class that she has shown, even in the face of a loss, versus say like a Angel Reese who went victimhood. Oh, I've been sexualized. She turned that post-game interview into something no one expected. No one expected. It's like, hold up, Angel, we not really here to go into that, but nobody hit the brakes and say, hold up, whoa. We're talking about the game you just lost, okay? We're not talking about how people treat you on social media and how you dress to maybe draw some of those views from people, how you carry yourself to get that outcome. Why do people want to talk to you? Like, if you are over-sexualized, where does that come from? Could it be the way you dress? Could it be the way you carry yourself? She totally flipped that interview, that post-game interview. It went from hey, let's talk about the loss and how, you had a lot to say the year before. You were waving your hand in people's face and, pointing at the ring finger. You ain't pointing at the ring finger now. What happened to that energy? Where did that energy go? Then you go to victimhood. But back to CC. CC has never been that type of a person. Don't drag CC into the gutter. I know a lot of people want to ride for CC because we all see what's going on in this organization. I've always had my perspectives, okay? Especially dealing with Snakeany White. We all see how she operates. Listening to this interview, I mean, I would lean towards believing Caitlin before Snakeany, because Snakeany has always said things that don't make sense, because she thinks she can just say whatever and it flies. And that's not the case, Snakeany. We're building a case. We're listening to what you say. That's why I always play things twice when I'm doing a video. I'll play it twice because I want that to sink in what she is saying, because later she's going to say something totally different. And here's the problem with a pathological liar. You have to keep lying to build on the lie you just told. See, if you get the truth stands alone, it's cut and dry. It doesn't need any support from anyone. If you know you're telling the truth, you don't really care what anyone thinks. You've been forthcoming. You've been honest. You've operated in integrity and with credibility. So you don't have to really look over your shoulder about what others think, especially if you're secure in what you have just communicated. If you've articulated in the best way you can, in a manner in which is understandable, okay, you should be in good shape. How people contort that is not your issue. You communicated the best way you can, the best way for people to understand it. Now, they're going to always do edits and clips. You know how the media operates. They'll take a few words that you said in an entire statement and make that the microcosm of the person that you are not. Okay? So we know CC is not the person to go into the gutter, even in the face of issues. I dare say tyranny, dealing with the W, and these operatives of the W. What we've seen in the last few days is the W unite around Stephanie White. You look at all the operatives. My God, Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay is talking about CC's defense. Shannon, who plays lockdown defense? I'll let you Google it. I'll give you time to Google it. Who Shannon in the W plays lockdown defense? Your boy was in that podcast where you were talking about CC not playing defense. She needs to hold her own. He was wearing the shades because inside he was laughing. He was looking at you, but he was laughing inwardly at you, in my opinion, because he know you was carrying the water bucket for the W. That had nothing to do with the way this girl played defense. Hey, who is playing defense, Shannon? Since you wanted to go there, who is playing defense? Look at all the people that came to the aid. Look at how quickly they came to the aid of Snakeany. I'm going to tell you something else, and it depends on how we run in here. Do you remember the fake story that came out? Do you remember the fake story that came out? That one minute they said she had been fired, and they had the thank you. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up for the purposes of this video. Right now, I haven't done that yet. But if you happen to see it in this video, that means I didn't have it at the time I started taping, and I found it. But if I find it, I want y'all to look at the people that they put. I mean, not the people that they put. I want y'all to pay attention to the story that was put out there and in the manner it was. One minute they were saying she was fired, and then they had the thank you from the Fever, and then they showed her replacement. That was no coincidence, y'all. I don't believe in coincidence. Now, in my opinion, I think they were sending Snakeany a clear message. Now, you say, oh man, that was all a fake story. Was it? Yes, in theory it was, because she's still the head coach. But I think the message was, you need to avoid situations like that with the Golden Goose. We don't need that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of this. The Fever already has the networks have the biggest TV deal that they've ever had with the W. Soared into the billions, believe it or not. No one has taken the W that seriously. No one has taken the W that seriously. You hear that, Sheila Johnson? Something just clicked in 2024, and something clicked. You know what clicked, Sheila Johnson. You know what clicked. You just can't bring it yourself to admit it. The networks gave the W billions of dollars, so they boosting these contracts up now. What happened? Why weren't these contracts like this 28 years ago, Sheila Johnson? What's the difference now, Sheila Johnson? Since you got so much to say, what's the difference, Sheila Johnson? I'll tell you what the difference is. The Fever have 44 games to play, and they're all televised. Do you think the W is happy about that? I know Sheila Johnson isn't. Go and watch that interview she did on CNN in Caitlin's rookie season. Go watch that interview. I've played it numerous times. I played it so much, I think some of y'all are getting tired of it. But what she said in that interview is a microcosm of what is happening to Caitlin Clark. It is almost a mirror image. All of the hate this girl has been getting lately. You got people saying that Raven Johnson should start because of that incident. I don't like, you have has-been Carrie Champion trying to talk about she don't like Caitlin Clark. Carrie, that's a you problem. Why are you making it so personal, Carrie? That's why you're doing podcasts and not ESPN no more. Because of your attitude. Look at how you looking right now, Carrie. Look at the grifter you have turned yourself into since you left ESPN. You're grifting on CNN now. I didn't even want to make this about you. But back to CC. The TV deals are already done. The deals have the Fever playing national games for 44 for their entire season. So trading Caitlin Clark, how is that going to work for the TV deal? Who in the hell is going to watch the Fever if Caitlin Clark gets traded? That's what y'all need to ask yourself before y'all go and start putting out content that has trade talk in it. Really? I mean, the stakeholders do not want to see that. That's why they encouraged, I dare say compel them, Snakeny and Cece, to kiss your sister and make up. Kiss your sister. You know how I'm not kissing my sister. Kiss her and make up. You all need to make this right. What the last thought on people's minds was not a good look for either of you, especially you, Snakeny. You lost it, Snakey. You were off the hinges in that timeout, Snakeny, and you never took responsibility for your actions. How in the hell do you play 11 people? You went 6 deep into your bench before you put your starters back in? Really? And you never once said, well, maybe it was the decision that I made that caused us to take the L. You never say anything about the decisions you make. You act like every decision you make is flawless. It's the players who are letting you down. Really, Snakeny? Is that what we're doing now? Is that what we're doing? But when you saw that, remember when they put out that fake story, Skip Bayless weighed in saying it's about time. That tirade was not a good look. That was the message. I think the message to Snakeny was, don't let that happen again. This is a players' league, y'all. I know y'all Snakeny apologists out there. This is a players' league. This league is no sporting organization is not about coaches unless you done won 8 titles. Unless you done racked up a whole host of titles. A whole host of titles. Plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Once you racked up that much, you can start leaning towards coaching. But by and large, it's a players' league. Don't you ever forget that. The only people expendable in this equation is the front office for the Fever and snaking it. Other people will make that decision. I think that was the message in that X tweet that came out saying snaking it had been canned. Did you see how quickly that happened after that broke out? That's how quick they letting her know this is how quickly it can happen, snaking it, if you want to pull this stunt ever again. Now, I want y'all to keep this in mind moving forward. Did you see how they both spoke well of each other in the interview? Now, the video has to match the audio for the rest of the season. That's what they're tied to now. They weren't just asked to say nice things about each other. You have to do what you just said. CC said she gonna ride with because CC said I'm gonna call you Stephanie. Anybody else, I'm gonna call you Snaking it. But since CC says she gonna ride with you, I'm gonna call you Stephanie. Now you said you gonna ride with her. You said y'all both competitive. Y'all go at it like that. You want her to make you a better coach. Well, if that moment was making you a better coach in that moment, you turned it down. You were trying to make her a better player. She was trying to make you a better coach. You turned down her offer. Oh, and you wanted her to accept. You turned down her offer in order to accept your offer. She was supposed to accept your offer over you accepting hers, but you all are both two competitive players. I don't want to sit here and go all day about what that interview is, what it was about. I've said what I spoke my piece on that. Now we're going to see the video. We've heard the audio. Now we're going to see the video. Thanks for rocking with me, Fever Nation. Hey, I appreciate all the subs that I've gone from since I started this channel. I'm growing slowly, but it's happening. Okay? It's happening. And I appreciate all of you all who have shown me the love thus far. Like, continue to comment, share, and subscribe. You all have a blessed day. I'm out.